Hello, this is a quick presentation to introduce GreenLight from Circular Software. GreenLight is one of the products that we have and can be downloaded from circularsoftware.com. For custom publishers, there's a custom build of GreenLight which really helps get consistency and files set up in the way that publishers want. So once we have the confidence that all the files in our workflow are set up in this way, they are correct, complete and consistent, it really helps with all elements of production and archiving and just streamlining our workflow. So how do we get to consistent files? So the steps, as I see it, are decide what is required. First of all, we need to know what it is that we want to do. Then write up what is required in some sort of document and put that somewhere. Let people know that we have written these guidelines and put them somewhere, and then ask people to actually read them. If they do find them and read them, then we hope that they understand them. And then we actually hope that they do what it is that's required. Then what happens if something changes? It's hard to get information out to people in the first place. It can also be hard to change the knowledge that people have. And then if new people start, then getting them up to speed. And also for people who've been at publishers for a long time, if we do want to change how things are done, then GreenLight really helps with all of this. Circular Software can offer consultation, so we can help you decide what it is that's required and help write up that in a file creation policy, and we can put that somewhere centrally on our website, and that really helps with just having the up-to-date latest information in one place. Here's an example. In later videos we'll go to the file creation policy, and you can see that it's just basically a write-up of all the ways that we want people to work in one central location. So Circular Software can help with that, and we've done this for many established, well-known publishers. But the rest of it is where GreenLight comes in. GreenLight is the software that lets everybody know what is required, has a direct link to the relevant information, and it checks that the files have been created in the way that is required. And it's clever enough to take the user to the location in a file, and really that's the best time to give someone the information, is at the time that they really need it. Let's take them to the text on page 17 and explain why it's not set up for co-edition publishing in an article that's clearly written and just about just that one aspect. So the checks that GreenLight has, and there's over 100 different checks, we can write new custom ones, but we have a lot of them already. So don't obsess with what these checks are in these checklists. They're just examples, but we can have lots of different checklists. Or really, I suppose I should say we could have the least amount of checklists that we need for particular publishers or particular people within the publishers. So checklists can change depending on the type of document, the person that's running the checks, and the publisher's own requirements. So here are a couple of examples. On the left we've got some accessibility checks, and on the right we've got some more print-based checklists, so we can check that we are using the correct color settings, the correct resolution, the correct file types. But beyond that, beyond the best practice for pre-press, we can really fine-tune the checks for specific publishers. So are the documents named in the way that we want? Do they have the layers that we're expecting? If they do, are the elements on those particular layers set up in the way that we want? And with our files created in a correct, complete and consistent way, we have the confidence that everything in our workflow, all the files from our co-workers or from external freelancers or packages, were all made in the way that we expect. It means we get a lot less trouble when we're exporting, and GreenLight can handle automatic exporting too. And for other automated processes, once you have a consistent setup of your files, you can do a lot of clever and time-saving stuff. And because we know and can prepare files for archive, then we can find them later. So better archiving and retrieval, and easier to move between print suppliers because we have a consistent file set in our own archive. And finally, who knows what we want to do with our content later on. Having it in a consistent manner is the most future-proof way we can create our files, so it's ready for reuse. So now you can move on to later demonstration videos of GreenLight from Circular Software.